Hi everyone. How's it going? Me? Pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, so today I thought I'd share my experience meditating for the first time. It was a pretty significant event for me because this meditation was basically my first breakthrough in rebuilding my identity after going through an ego death. Now, if you haven't watched my video on my ego death experience, what are you doing? I thought we were friends. What's going on? No, I'm just kidding. I'll link it down below and you go watch it whenever you have time, whatever. No pressure. But if you don't wanna, in a nutshell, I went through an ego death in college where my sense of self was completely wiped clean. My identity, my personality, gender, age, race, religion, beliefs, whatever, everything was basically gone. And all that became an abstract concept my mind had made up rather than something that felt real. Then slowly, I started to rebuild my identity. And basically, that's where I left off. So now you don't have to go watch that video again. All right, let's move on. My first breakthrough in rebuilding my identity. Anyway, towards the end of my ego death, where I went through my life feeling like I was just a pair of eyes in a vast space of consciousness just looking out, I felt a deep longing to know what I was. Remember, everything I thought I was fleeted away. So then I was left with this question, what am I? Where was this essence that was me? Where is this I? I constantly questioned this because honestly, I didn't know how to anchor myself, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's basically where I was. Then my first breakthrough came on a random day. This was the day my journey took a pivot and I started to recover from my dark night of the soul. The words that changed my life. On this day, I decided completely out of the blue to try to meditate. Now, before then, I never had meditated and I was not in the practice of meditating. I mean, I prayed and things like that, but I never really meditated. It wasn't something that I did. But on that random day, I thought I'd give it a go. My brother had suggested a while back to try meditating by closing my eyes and observing my thoughts without interrupting it or interfering or judging it. He told me to just let it flow and I simply just observe it. And for some reason, this suggestion had intrigued me. So I laid down on my bed and I closed my eyes and I focused on observing my mind. Whatever thoughts happened to me, I passively observed without making any judgments, good or bad. Now, at first, you can't really distinguish out your thoughts or anything because you have to work through feeling comfortable and letting go of the tenseness. But then, after some time, I felt myself calming down and slowing down. And then I felt my focus intensifying and centering on observing my thoughts passively. And whoa, what I observed was startling. Oh my gosh, the sheer randomness and the sheer chaos that was going on in my head. I heard fragments of songs playing in the background. I heard my mind blurting out some funny sounding words like platypus and skeptimatum and completely nonsensical words that, just sounded funny. Like it was blurting out those kind of funny words on repeat. And then it jumped from one fragmented thought to another like, ooh, my stomach hurts, or ooh, it's gassy, oh, I'm bored, and things like that. I also heard a repeat of random words I had spoken earlier, like a memory that was looping and just replaying. And also my mind brought up images I had seen earlier, like, for example, that stranger that was on that road with that dog and a conversation I had with the cashier and how that person responded and all that weird things. And those thoughts were overlapped by some random negative thoughts like, oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Things like that. I mean, It was so chaotic and so random, with random things being blurted out on repeat. I was shocked. Guys, I was utterly shocked. Because up until then, I thought I was a pretty rational, intellectual, coherent person. But when I observed my mind, I couldn't believe the utter sheer randomness and chaos that was going on inside my mind. I just could not believe it. I just could not believe it. In that meditative state, I heard myself say in my mind, no, this just can't be me. This just can't be me. And that's when I realized the thoughts happening in my head wasn't me. And that was a huge realization. I started to question, wait, if this isn't me, then who am I? And I stayed on that question, which seemed to quiet the other noise that was going on in my head. If this isn't me, then who am I? After a moment, the answer surged from my whole being, and like it seemed to boom in my head. You are pure will. You are pure will. And wow, those words. I mean, I suddenly knew as soon as it was spoken, I knew, not just with my head and not like I know a piece of information. No, this was a knowing that came from my whole being. It was like being in a state of certainty, like when you just recognize the truth and your whole being remembers. You feel free and things are so clear. I just instantly knew the truth. I was pure will. I am not my body. I am not my mind or the thoughts happening in my mind. I am not my identity or my personality. These are the things I am embodying right now, but they are not the essence of what I am. The essence of what I am is pure will, meaning pure energy or electricity. Only it has the power of intention as well. In other words, I'm pure energy or consciousness with the power to intend and direct energy into forms such as thoughts, things, and action. And because I'm pure will, if I focus my intention to create something, it will be done. It had to be done because it was an energy, a force, and I was this energy, this force. That's why people always say if you put your mind to it, there isn't anything that you can't achieve. It's literally true because we're pure will creating our world with the words we speak, with the decisions we make, with the actions we take, with our beliefs, emotions, and every tool that was given to us. And all this I realized just then in that intense moment. A feeling of expansion spread through my body, and next, I felt my body vibrate from the intense surge of energy, which made my bed vibrate as well. And, I just stayed like that for a while, just observing that. And after a while, I finally opened my eyes. I wasn't the same again. After that experience, I felt much more centered. I knew where to anchor myself. I was pure will. I was pure will in a body, mind, and soul. And I was free to put forth an intention to create anything I wanted to create, be anything I wanted to be, do anything I wanted to do. I just had to set an intention. The essence of what I am will never change, although the outside that makes up who I am can change, since it has been created with the intentions I had set in motion. My body can die and be born into a completely different body with a completely different set of DNA. My mind can change with things like ego deaths and awakenings and, all that stuff. But the one thing that will never change is what I am in essence, which is pure will. And this became one of the first experiences that set me off on a long internal journey to really understand how I am, how I work, and how things work. Now, just because I'm pure will doesn't mean I can do anything. Just because I realize the truth about being pure will doesn't mean I can defy the natural laws and, I don't know, let's say, step off a cliff and fly on command. I mean, no, don't do that. I mean, maybe if we're in our pure energetic form, yeah, I'm sure. But for the most of us, we're human with human bodies. So, yeah, we definitely can't ignore or deny the existence of natural laws. Under this natural law, I, like everyone else, was born to this world with natural restraints and predilections. For example, my body is shaped a certain way, which means my body is optimal to do certain things but not other things. Like, for instance, I'm 5'4", so I don't know if I'm the right person to play professional basketball. Just like my body is shaped a certain way, I realize that my mind is naturally born and shaped a certain way as well, and is optimal for certain things but not for others. I'm naturally introverted, and I like quiet environments rather than noisy crowds. And I like mental stimulations more than physical stimulations. You see, we weren't born a blank slate like a lot of people out there seem to believe. We were born with certain aspects of ourselves already shaped. And just like my body and my mind, my soul also entered this world with its own unique makeup, such as memories of my past lives, spiritual growth opportunities, my nature, etc. And me rebuilding my identity was a long process of me figuring out what my body, mind, and soul's natural predilection is, letting my natural self express itself without me restricting, judging, or restraining. It was about me ignoring social conditioning and cultural pressures to be a certain way and really asking if that choice would bring about the experience I want to give myself. And that's how I started rebuilding my identity. In conclusion, I know a lot of you out there meditate on a regular basis because you told me so. So I want to ask you, did you ever have a powerful meditation experience that left an impression? I love hearing stories like that. So if you had, please share your story with me in the comment section below because honestly, I'd love to know. Anyway, I realize this subject isn't for everyone. So if you made it this far in the video, you're my kind of person. In fact, I made this video for you. Yeah, you. Watching. Yes, you. Exactly. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Regards, Ray.